Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen-Sheets, aka Carol the Coach. And I'm going to be talking to partners tonight because sometimes, despite all hope, you can't get over what the sex addict did. And, excuse me here while I let Boo up here, what I know to be true is that, you have tried and tried and tried. This is not your fault. Things have occurred in your life that have just been insurmountable. And as much as you have tried, you can't get over the pain and the hurt that your partner has caused. Now, I would ask you, if you're really going to look at your entire life, are there other traumas that have contributed to the problem? Because if there are other traumas that have contributed to the problem, you got to be able to identify what they are so that you can work on them with a good qualified trauma specialist therapist. And, I'm not saying that what the addict did was not grounds for you to be finished, but I am saying that what the addict did may not be the entire pain that you're feeling. I talked to a man tonight whose wife could not get over the fact that his sexual addiction had robbed them of children. He was so engrossed in sexually acting out behaviors, they couldn't form the family that they wanted. And even though he had been in recovery for 21 years, she couldn't let go of that lost dream. I get that. That is complex post traumatic stress at its best. And one of the reasons we know that is because she also had been abused as a child, and she'd watched her father abuse her mother, and she had all these other traumas. So by the time she met her husband and experienced the trauma with him, it was too much. Complex post traumatic stress is a disorder that means that you're not only experiencing triggers, flashbacks, dissociation, ruminating thoughts, racing thoughts, and an inability to just really relax. Complex post-traumatic stress means you've been experiencing this for a long, long, long time. Probably as a child, as a teenager, and as a young adult. And then on top of it, you married somebody who betrayed you. And that's where that partner betrayal occurred. And as a result, you can't get over the wounding, no matter how healthy the addict becomes. And that's the key. I have addicts who are really doing what they need to do, but it's not making a difference in their lives. And the reason it isn't is because they can't let their guard down. They've been so traumatized, they've got to protect themselves. They've got to see what's wrong in a situation as opposed to what's right, to make sure that they aren't duped again, they don't fall for something that's not real. And as a result, what ends up happening is that whatever you do doesn't always make any difference at all. Now, I got to tell you, I have worked with many an addict who has done the right thing. He's been in good recovery. He's learned empathy for his wife. He's learned about trauma. And it further exacerbates the mistrust that his wife has. He's doing so well, she can't trust him. I get that too. And as much as I want the two of you to come together and reconcile, I also know that when a certain amount of damage has been caused, there's no getting over it. So I want you to ask yourself, if you're spouse has done a really, really, really good job. And he's working a recovery program. And he's trying to build trust in you. And you're not responsive, and you don't buy it, you don't trust it, you won't allow it, and you won't have it. I want you to get to a trauma specialist for your sake, not for the marriage, but for your sake. I want you to get to a trauma specialist who works with complex post traumatic stress. That's complex PTSD. And hopefully you can get to the root of why you don't trust, you can process that, and you can let go. Regardless of the marriage, regardless of your relationship with a sex addict, regardless of your family, you take care of you. I am Carol Jorgensen-Sheets, aka Carol the Coach, and I'm saying this is important stuff. Don't put it off. And I want you to learn how to trust again. Even if that means you can't trust the past, you can only trust the present and the future.